Hi everyone, Miss Carrie with Vester Community of Hope, and I am joined for this video with Hannah Person from the Washington County Health Department, and we're going to talk a little bit about safe sleep for your baby. And Hannah has this wonderful story that she has written that she's going to share with you now.
Hello, this is Hannah Person from the Washington County Health Department. Today's safe sleep bedtime story we're going to read is called Mama Bear and the Three Beds. Once upon a time, there was a mom who had a very cute little baby. One night, the mom comes home with her baby. It's bedtime and she's very tired. The mom and her baby need to go to sleep. In her room, she sees a couch, a bed, and a crib. First, the mom lays down on the couch with her baby. But the cushions on the couch are too soft and there are too many gaps between them that the baby could get wedged in, and the baby could fall off. So, the mom gets up and goes into her bed with her baby. But the bed is very soft and the baby could sink down into the mattress and not be able to breathe. The blankets and pillows are very cozy for the mom, but they could cover the baby's face and prevent the baby from breathing. Then the mom gets out of the bed and goes to the crib. She puts the baby on his back in the crib, but there are blankets and toys in the crib that could cover the baby's nose and mouth. The mom takes all the blankets, toys, and other items out of the crib. She dresses her baby in a sleep sack to keep him warm. Now the baby is safe and snug, alone, on his back, in the crib. The mom turns out the light and gets into her bed. The mom and her baby soon fall asleep, each cozy and safe, and they both have sweet dreams. The end.
Hannah, that is such a great story, and it's such an important topic for new moms because when we put our babies to sleep, really what we want is for them to sleep so that we can sleep, but we want them to be safe. What are some good tips you have to help us keep our babies safe when they're sleeping?
That's absolutely true. So first, I just wanted to explain to everyone what some of the risks of unsafe sleep are. A lot of people might have heard of sudden infant death syndrome, or SIDS. That's kind of an umbrella term for any sudden, unexplained death of an infant under 1 year old that doesn't have a known cause. However, there are other related causes of death that are related to the sleep environment. These include suffocation, which is if something covers the baby's nose and mouth and blocks their ability to breathe. Entrapment, if the baby gets trapped between two objects and can't breathe. Or strangulation, when something wraps around or presses on the baby's neck or chest and blocks their airway. Sleep-related deaths, including SIDS and these other causes, are the leading cause of death for babies 1 month to 1 year old, and in many cases, they can be prevented by putting your baby to sleep in a safe sleep environment.
And that's all really scary stuff, but really important things for us to know about keeping our babies safe when they sleep.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of, components to safe sleep, but the most basic parts and the easiest way to remember them is the ABCs of safe sleep. So A stands for alone. This means that babies should sleep alone with no adults, no children, no animals, and no other items in the baby's sleep area. This includes blankets, pillows, toys, bumper pads, nothing in the crib but the baby, the mattress, and a fitted sheet. B is for back. Babies should always be put to sleep on their back every time. When they're old enough to roll over on their own, you don't need to flip them over constantly. They should always just be started on their back. C is for crib. Babies should always sleep on a firm and flat sleep surface designed for infants, such as a mattress covered only by a fitted sheet in a safety-approved crib, bassinet, or play yard. All of those are safe sleep spaces for babies.
That's a really nice way to remember safe sleep for our kids. ABC.
Yep, a lone back crib. There's lots of other things that parents and other caregivers can do to reduce their baby's risk. These include don't smoke or allow anyone else to smoke around your baby or in your baby's environment. Use a wearable blanket or sleep sack to keep your baby warm while sleeping instead of having blankets and bedding in the crib. Share your room with your baby, but not your bed, for at least the first 6 months and ideally the first year. Breastfeed your baby to reduce the risk of SIDS. Don't let your baby get too hot during sleep because overheating is linked to an increased risk of SIDS. Typically, babies only need as many layers of clothes as adults, plus optionally one more layer. Think about giving your baby a pacifier for sleep to reduce the risk of SIDS. Give your baby plenty of tummy time when they're awake and supervised. Talk to other adults and children in the home about safe sleep for your baby, and always follow any guidance from your baby's healthcare provider.
A lot of really good stuff. What else should we know about safe sleep?
The last thing that I wanted to talk about related to safe sleep is some tips for feeding baby safely, because babies, especially newborns, need to eat every few hours. They have very small stomachs, so they need to eat pretty much constantly, even in the middle of the night when adults would rather be sleeping. And it's hard to stay awake if you have to, only get your sleep in, little 2-hour blocks. So it's important to find ways to help you stay awake when feeding your baby when you're tired, whether that's watching TV or listening to upbeat music. And if you're tired, it's best to not feed your baby on a couch or sofa. Couches can be especially dangerous for babies if you fall asleep while feeding them because they're so soft and babies can easily get wedged in the cushions. If you're tired and you need to feed your baby, it's better to clear the blankets and pillows away from your bed, feed the baby, and then put them back in the crib when you're done feeding them. If you do fall asleep while feeding your baby, just put the baby back in the crib as soon as you wake up. And if you keep your baby's crib or bassinet in your room and near your bed, you can even keep it right next to your bed as long as none of your blankets will fall in. It can help make nighttime feeding easier because the baby's right there next to you.
I remember it well. My son is 13 now, but I remember those nights where he'd wake up and he wanted to eat and I just wanted to sleep. And it was really tempting to kind of get up on that couch a little and hold him and, feed him, but doze off myself. And I remember that struggle. So parents, we understand that it's hard, but we also understand that we all want to keep our babies safe when they sleep.
Exactly. It takes a lot of hard work to make sure that you're doing everything right for your baby, but it's the most important thing you can do is to keep your baby safe and healthy. And it takes a lot of work, but it's worth it to have, a happy, healthy baby that grows up.
If people want more information, where can they go for more information on safe sleep for their baby?
Glad you asked. I have a slide ready. So there's a lot of information out there. Sometimes it's hard to know what's good and what's not. So I just picked a few of the main resources that people could go to find more information. The first is the NIH Safe to Sleep website. That has all the recommendations and some additional information for parents and caregivers. There's also safesleepacademy.org. That's from Cribs for Kids, so they have lots of good information about safe sleep and some other child development and child safety topics. Then there's Healthychildren.org, which is an organization, which is a website by the American Academy of Pediatrics aimed at parents and caregivers to take their recommendations and put them into a format that's easy for parents to understand. And then finally, at the health department's website, washcohealth.org, on our Cribs for Kids page, people can find information about how they can get a free pack and play if they can't afford a crib or pack and play. And at the bottom of that page, we have a list of other websites where you can learn more about safe sleep. And we also have a link to a list of different community resources for new parents.
That is a wonderful list of community resources that you guys have developed, and we'll have a link to some of those things on the app for Baby Palooza. You know, I want to let you all know, parents, you will get a full night's sleep again soon. I promise you, and it will all pay off in the end. Hannah, thank you so much for joining us today to make this video for Baby Palooza. I hope everyone has enjoyed the videos that we've had available today.
Thank you.